Good afternoon. So today I wanted to do a kind of a homage to the raspberry. So I bought back some from the field, just a little sprig, and started drawing it earlier. And now I want to bring some colour in. Something quite pleasing about a little drawing, you know. This is on Yupo paper as well, which is really satisfying because you can deepen the tone a lot when you press hard with the pencil. And so you can capture the really dark bits between the bright yellow flower. Anyway, so there we are. And I guess I might as well go to the paint. My glasses now, yeah, here we are. I want my glasses to read the tubes of paint I have out here because I want something that might work for the foxgloves and the colour of the raspberries. And so I've got some, what's this now, permanent rose there. It's kind of nice, isn't it? Maybe with the ultramarine blue, that's a good foxglove-ish shade. Just pop a little bit in there just to try it out. Maybe a wee bit more blue for that one because it's a darker foxglove that's sitting behind the bright lemon yellow. And then it might be this with just a tiny bit of this permanent rose with just a tiny bit of ultramarine blue in it to give a feeling for the lighter bits, the brighter bits of the foxglove. I suppose it'll be in the contrast that it'll really read as being brighter, so I'll deepen the tone of that bit there. And also maybe I've got some opera rose and quinacrine red. What's that like? That's more the raspberry colour, I'd say. Show you that there now. That's the quinacrine red there. That's got a hint of the raspberry about it. I've also got a Jackson's red. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, it's interesting that this is symphony of reds because actually red is the colour that I've planned to work with this week. You know how I've been dedicating a colour a week? I've been dedicating it each week to a colour. Yeah, so the Jackson's red, maybe with a touch of the, what was that? Quinacrine red. Those two together might make a good raspberry colour. We'll just see. I'll put it on the darker one first. There's one that's hidden behind another one here that's in shadow. It'll be quite dark at the top there. Darker than it is now, but I just wanted to see what the colour is like. That's good. Maybe this one in the front could have a bit more of the neat Jackson's red. There isn't much of a difference between them, is there? Anyway, what else was I going to try? Opera rose. Just for the name alone, isn't opera rose lovely? But there it is now. That might be more suited to the brightness of the foxglove. Sorry about all the buzzing. That's what happens when you open the doors, all the flies come in. But I don't mind, because I like having the doors open. Was that the right colour now there? Was that? No, that was the permanent rose, wasn't it? This is the opera rose here. Yeah, because the opera rose has got more of a hint of the light foxglove colour about it, I think. Without having to try so hard. It's already there. And it pops them into that bit. And if I put an injection of that into the Jackson's red, it might somehow enhance the raspberry colour too. Just make it more opaque on the shadow side. I'm going to use the phthalo blue here to deepen this side of the raspberry. I might put in some other red with it. I don't know which red I chose there now, but just to kind of make it a bit more. And it's all fairly deep in tone, but it does get a bit of a blush at this side, so I'll just leave that there. And then this one, and then there's this one too. I think I've landed on the Jackson's Red as being a good colour for the raspberries. You can see I'm not a botanical artist, but it's just a bit of a nod to the raspberry. I made some jam last week, you see, and I was thinking, while they're still in the bush, I could do with painting them. See how that flowed all the way into that one? I didn't really want that happening today. I'll just lift off a bit more. I try and guide those flies out the window, and as soon as I do that, there's another one that appears from out of nowhere. I'm going to go with this one. What was that again? Permanent Rose or something? No, that was quinacrine red. I'm just going to touch it into this and see what that looks like. That's good. I mean, there's little flashes of shiny catch lights from the window in some of these berry pieces, so I could maybe extract those later or something. And then back here there's another very dark one, but I'm just painting it red for now and outlining the bright of the green petals that are, not green petals, the green kind of stalky bit that grows from. I think I'll use Van Dyke Brown as a way of deepening the tone of that, because the phthalo blue is quite a significant, like it's more purplish really. So let me see what happens there. So the Van Dyke Brown mixed into the Jackson's Red is what I'm using now to get a dark red raspberry colour. And some of it is coming out over here too. No, I didn't put on any microphone today, so sad for you not to hear my the detail of my dulcet tones there as I was singing. I'm sure you might have been lucky enough to. Now I'm lifting off something here just to give a bit of a nod to the berry. I don't know. Anyway, bit of texture. Right, so as usual, I've given myself this is kind of squeezed in between one thing and another, and I'm going to stop in about 5-10 minutes because I've got parallel play, which I love. And if you don't know about parallel play, I've spoken about it a lot. What it is a group of friends who are, all of them actually are in the States. I met them online, and a group of, so we get together for an hour and 35-40 minutes to work alongside each other really on Zoom, but without the microphone on or anything. And we just state at the start of the session what we're hoping to achieve. And we actually start, first and foremost, we start with what's new and good. Then what we hope to achieve in the hour and a half. And then the last thing is when we tune back in at the end, then yes, we turn off the microphones, leave the video on mostly, but it doesn't have to be facing you. And then at the end of the hour and a half, we report back and say what we've done and what we're looking forward to, which is a lovely way to end because it kind of focuses your mind on the good stuff. And it makes me think, even now, what am I going to say, what is good to look forward to. I was thinking maybe a swim in the reservoir today if I finish it on time to go for a swim. And because when I say that, I mean Lily might go to football tonight for the first time in ages, and I want to encourage her because she's great at football, and she's not been for a while, with the summer holidays and everything, and all the different things she's been doing. She's been working quite a lot too, So anyway, see if she's got football training tonight and I need to take her. I need to check out what time it's at. So I might not be going for the swim. But I think at some point, like Lily herself has been known to, at 10 o'clock, in fact, 10:30 last week, after I picked her up from work, we went to Gladhouse Reservoir and she had a swim with her pal, which was lovely. It was lovely to see them. I had planned to go in, but I lost enthusiasm when I got there because it was all choppy and cold. And I just wanted to sit there in my cardigan and watch them. So I was glad her friend came, because the two of them went in together then. I would have probably gone in if her friend hadn't been there. But sometimes I have the inclination nowadays to watch from the shoreline. It's funny, isn't it? Because I used to be desperate to get in myself all the time. Oh, that leaf has just fallen down since I've drawn it. I'm going to just paint this one in anyway, because I can still see that just. And it'll kind of give us an indication of the other two. Well, sure, might as well paint them too. They were there. I drew it. And then I think there might be a touch of yellow ochre in that sap green in order to explain the stem of the raspberry. And down here. I mean, if you didn't know there were raspberries, you mightn't be able to tell from my drawing. But I'm happy enough to have at least given an attempt at it. There's a bit more brighter yellow coming into the green here. So a bit of lemon yellow with the green to make the stalky bits. There's also a bit that's quite dark, darkish green in there. Maybe that's a better colour for the budding raspberry. That brown going in, so I'm going to just go back into that now with some, gosh, there's a big blob of water. I seem to be letting the water flow onto it by mistake quite a lot. And I suppose I'm using a brush that's significantly smaller than normal. I'll go up to a slightly bigger one now to drink out this. I quite like lifting out little pools after it's had a chance to create an edge. And I might just do something with the alizarin crimson and ultramarine blue to heighten the pigment where the foxglove meets the yellow daisy there, just to kind of emphasize how yellow and purple excite each other when they're alongside each other. I know I've dried it up quite a bit there now, but sure, it's alright. I'm going to continue with that dark colour down here as well, because in between these two petals it's also, the yellow is still wet. In between these two it's also very dark. And this one too here. It's really seeped into the yellow, hasn't it? So just lift out what I can to create the brightness of the yellow again. I have got a tissue over there that I'm drying my brush on in order to make it a good tool for extracting the dark. So I've dried out the brush and then drink up the liquid again. And I can pop a bit more of the dark foxglovish colour into there maybe. It does interesting things, this surface, as opposed to the surface that I'm more familiar with, which is the knot surface of the watercolour paper. This is the shiny surface of gesso. No, not gesso, but Yupo. And I might put some of that over the pencil marks there too. flies are having a field day around here. Okay, it must be almost time now, I'd say. I'd say definitely I've got to join my call. I don't want to miss that. So I'll just finish up here with something to describe. And I'm looking at the colour of the pot as I'm aiming for it here. Something to describe the colour of the pot is what I'm looking to find. Here's Maisie coming to join the fun. I think it's just like that really at the edge, kind of darker at the edge. And then underneath that raspberry there's a dark shadow. And here it's quite dark. The yellow is seeping into it. I suppose in there will be a dark purple colour really. Right, I'm going to stop there now. Look at that yellow flying out. See how it's flying out into that. I'm just going to lighten this because it's one of the brightest petals there. And I might stick some lemon yellow, almost like acrylic thickness on there. It's probably soaking up the pencil lead or something as well in order to, and that's why it's so dark looking. Anyway, I can always do something with ink. Look at that nice yellow ink. I could use that to brighten the yellow again. Okay, I'm going to head off now. And today in parallel play, what I'm going to do is write my newsletter. So my July newsletter is late, obviously, because today is the 1st of August. So I'm going to do my July newsletter. All right. Thanks for being here. See ya. I can show you that a bit closer. It's all a bit wet. And there's Maisie making noise. Okay, lots of love. Bye.